This is the Awkward GM Corbin. Do you ever forget rules? Today I'm going to go over some of the Chronicles of Darkness combat rules that I tend to forget. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out Warlock Sanctum Games. When I was a new player, they really helped me wrap my head around the rules for Mage the Awakening. They are professional game masters, and if you'd like to hire them, you can find their link in the description below. If you like Stranger Things, I'd recommend checking out their mashup of Hunter the Vigil and Innocence game called Innocence of Bishopgate, where you play as kids growing up in the mid-80s as mysterious events transpire at the abandoned Bishopgate Asylum. If you're looking for other games to try out, they have a plethora of options. Currently, they are running Mage the Awakening, Promethean the Created, Changeling the Lost, Vampire the Requiem, and Chronicles of Darkness. More details in the links in the description below. This one surprised me. When you shoot from concealment, you are given a penalty to shoot. So if you are given a concealment bonus of 2 for being behind a barricade, you have a -1 penalty to shoot from it. This isn't trying to shoot without looking, mind you, i.e. blind fire. This seems like a game design decision to stop players from using cover too much. Every time you use your defense to resist an attack, your defense goes down by 1 until your next turn. Defense in Chronicles of Darkness can skyrocket pretty fast. If a character has extra dots in athletics, that can be hard to break through on the initial hit. So if you're a storyteller looking to break through a player's defense, throw more enemies at them. Or if they are having trouble breaking through an enemy's defense, make sure that you are using this rule. I didn't realize what the dodge action was initially. Normally you subtract your defense score from the dice your opponent rolls. When you dodge, you instead double your defense score and roll it as a dice pool, subtracting any successes from your opponent's successes. And this is for every attack against you that turn. Note that any penalty to defense is applied before doubling it for dodge. Sometimes in combat you just need to touch your opponent. Perhaps you're a mage using a touch-based spell, for instance. Instead of rolling to hit, you have to roll to touch. To touch an opponent without punching them, you then use dexterity plus either brawl or weaponry if you are tapping them with a weapon. If your opponent is unconscious, immobile, or otherwise helpless, you can automatically do damage equal to your full attack dice pool plus any weapon modifier, ignoring armor. This action is a breaking point for most mortals, however. Armor was one of the first things that caused me problems with Chronicles of Darkness. First of all, you have ballistic armor versus general armor, and your ballistic armor will reduce lethal damage to bashing damage on firearm-based attacks. However, general armor just removes the most severe damage type. It also says in the book that ballistic armor needs to be applied before general armor versus an attack. This is an order of operations problem that I've tried to look at from multiple angles, but I can't see when it would become relevant. If you know an instance where this order of operations would be relevant, please leave a comment below telling me how this can happen. Thank you. This is a very niche rule, but I can see a lot of people looking it over. When you have an improvised weapon and you do damage with it, that same damage is done to the improvised weapon, minus any durability it has. So if you're hitting someone over the head with a piece of plywood or something, it's probably going to break after the first strike. Are there any rules that you forget about in Chronicles of Darkness? If I get enough responses, I'll compile them into a second video. What you shouldn't forget is that you can throw a couple bucks my way through my Ko-fi account via PayPal, or check out the sponsor of today's episode, Warlock Sanctum Games. Link in the description. Both help out the channel immensely and help me purchase new equipment, such as this spiffy new AC unit, so my computer doesn't cook me alive. And if you want to help out the channel, but you can't afford sending $3 my way or hiring a professional GM, please press the like button, subscribe, press the bell icon. Doing these 3 things will possibly summon an elder god. Or not. YouTube's agreement was vague on that part. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one. This is the freeformed outro, and first of all, I'd like to thank everyone who's supported the channel in whichever way they could. It's really helped me, and it makes me feel really great that there are people in the community that really want to see more content that's not just D&D focused, and also it allows me to talk about some of the topics that are really near and dear to my heart, such as wargaming and other RPGs. And I hope to give you guys more content about that in the future. I'm getting engaged pretty soon, in about a month. Scary, but I'm gonna be piling up some content in the back burner so that I don't leave you guys all in the lurch for stuff, and I hope to keep having videos come out once every 2 weeks or so. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.